Thank you for joining us for week 3 of our special NEC Suites featuring Orange County mayoral candidates that have accepted our invitation. Now, if you've missed an episode, please visit our YouTube channel to catch up. This special series was designed to educate our business community on the candidates' positions related to things impacting our business community. This week, we asked the participating candidates what plans they have for economic development, specifically to grow small business in Orange County.
Well, so small businesses are near and dear to my heart because I am married to an entrepreneur. My brother is a successful entrepreneur. I have been at the kitchen table for the ups and downs of what it's like to be an entrepreneur. And anybody who's listening who has an entrepreneur in their family understands that it is, it's tough. You want to do right by your employees. You want to deliver a product or service to market. And there are things that can be challenges. From my perspective, I think county government and county leadership need to be partners, not hurdles, for small businesses. And too often our regulatory process creates hurdles as opposed to opportunity. And so we need to streamline that and do a better job helping companies get through our regulatory process. The other thing is that as a community, we need to develop access to capital. And I think that that's a public-private opportunity. And I think what you do here at the NEC is so incredible because you show entrepreneurs where they might go to look for capital. You help invest in these companies and provide them the resources to make them successful. And then finally, I think we have to build clusters and corridors of industries so that when you do that, you create, if you can bring big companies here, you create opportunities for secondary and tertiary businesses. And those are often the small businesses that benefit from having industry clusters and having a robust economy here and diverse economy in this community.
So when I think about helping small businesses, and as a former commissioner, recognizing that, so it's more of like two components. One, how do we retain the businesses that we have today, right? Retention. And one of that is, identifying those who are at risk of closing and what ways can we incentivize and provide help to revive or keep them so they can stay in business. I think about Frito-Lay closed here in District 6, which is a huge loss, right? Loss of great jobs. So retention, strategies around retention, looking for ways, whether it's helping with, their bonding or financial support, whatever ways we can do, and supporting with organizations that are part of NEC to help the county achieve those goals. So it's a public-private partnership. So retention is one strategy, is to make sure, and then also making sure we can grow what we already have here, right? So there are businesses that said, you never know, maybe they would, maybe they have another satellite version somewhere else. They can move that here to Orange County. Can we provide something to incentivize them to help that business grow? What are those opportunities? And then the next one is recruiting. How do we attract new businesses here to make sure that we are offering high-paying jobs, quality jobs to overall help the economic prosperity for all of our citizens? And so that would be my approach, working with, all those different organizations that work with our small businesses and who target certain populations, as well as making sure we have and also there's ways the county could be better, whether we look at is it difficult to get permitting and how to help those small businesses and address those issues. So that would be my approach to helping our small businesses here in Central Florida.
I think that a lot of my policies are geared toward helping the least fortunate among us, our least fortunate people. And I think that actually on its own goes a long way for small businesses. I think that making sure that our people are in stable situations in which they can sort of build their stature and build their ability to have disposable income is going to bring that income back to the small and medium businesses in our area. Naturally, they will start patronizing again. Nobody's spending money right now. The economy is in a weird spot where average and less fortunate people just do not have money to spend at our businesses. If we can return them to a time where they prosper, then our businesses will also receive that prosperity.
As a person who's been part of a small business pretty much for the last 23 years with my husband, businesses, when you're a small business owner, you're not just an employee. You really become a family member because I know you, I know your spouse, I know your kids. And I love that idea that still lives in this town. When I have a business, this guy's worked for me for 10 years and he's loyal and he's committed and he believes in what we do. But when you look at what's going on economically, you really need businesses to prosper. You need more jobs.
Yeah.
When people work, guess what happened? They have confidence, consumer confidence. They're going to spend money.
Yeah.
It's the most basic form of economy that we are as a nation. And we need to have businesses have that confidence that we're here for.
For small businesses, there are two things. One is more opportunities. Number two is to reduce the cost of doing business. And number three is to provide the resources to succeed. And I think you here at the center are providing the resources for businesses to succeed. And we also have the Economic Development Partnership, which is also the Orlando Economic Development Partnership, which is also involved with this. So our thrust is going to be on the first two. One is to bring in, as I mentioned, new businesses, but not just new businesses in a commercial sense. We also think that Orange County is the perfect place to establish the first military academy in the South, the Space Force Academy. There is no military academy in the South, and space is a brand new frontier, and this establishing an academy like that here will bring in about $1 billion in spin-off revenue and lots of opportunities for small businesses. The second thing on the opportunities is when I'm mayor, I will have a requirement that every new contract let out that there would be a call for a submission from local small businesses. That's not guaranteeing they will get it, but that they will have an opportunity to participate in every bid, every Orange County bid? with Orange County. So that's second on the opportunity, because we've got a lot of great entrepreneurs here and they need opportunities. On the third, which is reducing the impact and the cost of doing business in Orange County. Our goal is to get rid of waste, fraud, and bureaucracy in the county by identifying programs that aren't needed or programs that are not achieving the results, so that we can reinvest in fixing problems without raising taxes, such as we have some transportation problems that have to be fixed, and we have a lack of affordable housing that has to be addressed. But we have to do it without raising taxes. On the tax front, we have to look at, do we need all the taxes that we're charging? So specifically, there's a half-cent sales tax in Orange County for funding new schools in the Orange County public school system. Yet we're closing 7 schools this cycle and probably another 3 to 5 schools next cycle because Orange County Public Schools is losing students. Do we need that half-cent sales tax that was designed was planned and implemented for several years for schools to build new facilities? That's an important question that has to be asked and has to be considered, because when you tax something, you get less of it. And so we want to reduce sales taxes so we get more sales and more people buying and purchasing items in Orange County.
They have more discretionary
They have more
dollars
discretionary
to spend.
income. And
Yep.
even a small amount, you think, that has almost a $400 million impact.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to wrap up with saying together into that camera the same phrase that we wrap up all our shows. And
Sure.
if you'll join me, start
or grow your business, make connections, and you see the possibilities.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Nailed it.